Hello and welcome everyone, and now from this video onwards we will be discussing on tension members. See, in steel structures there are different types of members. So tension member is one of a kind, and there can be flexural member, there can be compression member, and especially the members are connected by connections, and we have discussed connections in details and all the properties of a steel till now. So now we are taking the simplest of all the members, that is tension members. And as the name suggests, that these are those members which are subjected to axial force only and not the eccentric loads. Okay, because eccentric loads leads to the development of bending moment of magnitude P times E because of eccentricity. So axial force can be either tensile force or it can be compressive forces. Okay. So tension member are also known as ties, TIES. And if you have heard of trusses which only have axial members, so in trusses there are ties and struts. Struts are compression members. So ties and struts are in alternate manner. Okay. So the examples of tension members can be truss and tower members. Okay, electrical towers which we see for transmission of electricity. So there can be tie members in bridges. So all these members are example of tension members. So the fixity at end of truss develops moment at the ends, and we neglect those moments in design or permissible stresses are reduced. And there are also in real cases few development of moments due to the self weight also, because every member have got some or less self weight. So that self weight leads to the development of bending moment in member, which can develop bending stresses, but they are of very small magnitude, and we usually neglect all those kinds of undesirable bending moments in the calculation. And when we do the tension member connections by bolts and nuts, so of course in that case holes are also made for the provision of bolts. So when you do the drilling or punching for making holes, there is reduction in area or the gross sectional area of the members. So that reduction in area is called the net area, and I consider specifically this very important. If you calculate the net area, and if you learn how to calculate the net area, all the problems related with tension member is solved. So this is very important to understand how to calculate net area. Very important. And we know that net area is equal to gross area minus deduction of area due to holes. And you can see in this figure about the gross area and net area. So in this plan view you can see a tie member is connected with a gusset plate through bolted connections, and we have used 4 bolts. Okay, so the diameter of holes will be equal to here 16 mm. So in that case M14 bolts are used. Okay, so due to these holes, the area of the cross section is reduced at these critical sections. Okay, so if you draw the sectional areas at AA, you see this AA cross section, and this is the cross sectional view at AA. So at AA section there is no holes, so the gross sectional area is shown here to you. Now here thickness of plate is T, so we can calculate gross sectional area AG is equal to, if the member is a, here member is also written, that member is a Indian Standard Flat. ISF means Indian Standard Flat, and 150 is the width of the flat, and 8 is the thickness of the flat. So 150 is the width of the flat and 8 mm is the thickness of this flat. So gross area will be equal to 150 mm into 8 mm. So this is very easy to calculate. Now if we are asked to draw the cross sectional area at BB section, you see this BB section, this is here, and this is passing through two bolt holes of diameter 16 mm. So if you draw the sectional area at BB, so here this much area of holes has to be reduced from the sectional area. So at this section BB, which is the critical section, we calculate the net area, and net area is equal to 150 minus, we have provided one hole here and other hole here, so 2 into 16. This much diameter we have to reduce from the width and multiply it with 8 to get the net sectional area at BB. So this is how the gross area and net area is calculated, and most of the time if you are successful in calculating the net area, your entire problem is easily solved. Okay, so preferably we put one bolt in a line, vertical line. If forces are large, then we can provide more number of bolts, and bolts may be arranged either in the chain pattern or staggered pattern. And we have also discussed the third type of pattern, that is diamond pattern, and the fourth type of patterns can be staggered diamond pattern. Okay, so staggered pattern is usually chosen most of the time. Why? Because in staggered pattern there is increase in the net area, because the net area of the cross section is the critical area where the failures are mostly or likely to occur. So we prefer, or the designer choose staggered pattern of bolting. Okay, so you can see the chain pattern of bolting in this figure, and you can see the staggered pattern of bolting. Now we have discussed what is the reason behind them, because the critical section are linear in case of chain bolting. So when crack start propagating, it has to travel only this much distance. Okay, this much distance. But in case of crack propagation in a staggered pattern, the crack has to propagate through extra length. Okay, so that's why the net area in staggered bolting is larger than the net area in chain bolting. Now the types of tension member can be single sections or it can be built up sections. So in single sections there are single flat bars or single angle sections or single channel sections or single eye sections, and flat bars are represented by ISF, single angle section are represented by ISA, Indian Standard Angle, single channel section can be represented by ISMC, ISJC, ISHC, ISLC, like that, and I section we know that it is represented by ISMB. Okay, then comes the built up section, because many a time a single section is not sufficient to carry the tensile load, so we have to make a built up section. So built up section are generally preferred when we need a large cross sectional area, and for given area more moment of inertia is required, and due to load reversals can resist tensile as well as compressive loads also. These are the benefits of having large cross sectional area in built up sections. So in built up sections the tie plates are provided at regular intervals. Why? To minimize that slenderness ratio. Now I will discuss this topic of slenderness ratio in the next unit, that is compression member. What is this slenderness ratio? And tie plates are also provided to transfer any unequal load from one member to the other. Okay, and these plates are not considered to increase area of section. So what are these tie plates? They are usually added at regular interval in built-up section. So if you see the diagram of built-up section, these are the cross-sectional area of built-up sections. So if in the first row, you can see this is a gusset plate. Okay, these vertical are the gusset plate in all the cases, and these gusset plates are connected with Indian standard angle section. So in this case we have used one angle section, and in this case also we have used one angle section, and here we have done only bolting, but here we have done bolting as well as welding. You see this welding, and in this figure if you see, we have used two angle section on same side, and in this figure we have used two angle section on either side, and we have done bolting all through these. Okay, so these built up section must be clear, at least all these figures. And in the next row you see there are four angles. The four angles are connected with few dotted lines. Now what are those dotted lines? We will see their complete diagrams also in the laced columns and battened columns. So in that we will see how the ties are provided at regular interval, and they reduce the slenderness ratio effectively. So you can see all these four members of angle section are arranged in such a way that they form a hollow rectangular tube type of member. Okay, and we can also attach two plates also on either side, and these dotted lines represent welding usually. Okay, and this is also another pattern where the angle sections are kept back to back. Okay, so there is two types of arrangement. One can be back to back arrangement and one can be face to face arrangement. So if you see in this diagram here, two channel section are kept back to back. Okay, and in this diagram if you see, two channel section are kept face to face. Okay, so these are simple arrangements of simple rolled section to get a built up sections. Okay, so these built up sections we have already discussed in the previous videos. Now our more important purpose here in the tension member is to calculate the net sectional area, and net sectional area has to be calculated by two methods. Now both these methods are given as per in the IS 800 also. So the first is the net sectional area in plates, because plates have a squared or corner edges. And then we will learn the net sectional area calculation in case of angles. Okay, so first of all let us learn how to calculate the net sectional area in plates. So if the plates have chain pattern of bolting, which you see in this diagram, and if the pattern of bolting is staggered, so we have been introduced with all these parameters. This is pitch and this is gauge. Okay, so how to calculate net area in chain bolting and net area in staggered bolting? So all these equations which have been written in this slide are given in the IS 800. Okay, so net area in case of chain bolting will be equal to width of the plate minus n times diameter of hole multiplied by the thickness of it. So this is very easy to understand and we have done it many times. And net area in case of a staggered bolting is equal to B minus n times the diameter of hole plus summation of pitches square divided by 4 times individual gauges, and this value we have to multiply with the thickness. Now why this NDH and why this addition of summation of pitches and gauges? Now let us try to understand it from this figure. And if you see, this is the case of a staggered connection, and in this case the crack start propagating from here, and when it reaches this hole it is confused where to go, so it goes to this hole. Okay, now at the second hole it is again confused and it goes to the third hole, and from here it directly goes to the end of the plate and ultimately crack the plates. So in this case you see there are 3 number of holes that the crack encounter. So there are 3 number of DH that we have to subtract from this width of the plate. Okay, now we also add few summation of pitch square by 4 times gauges. What is this? This is because of this staggered movement of cracks. So these staggered movements of cracks, how many staggered movements are there? 1 staggered movement and 2 staggered movement. So we have to use here in this case, if we calculate the net area, this is very easy. Try to understand. The width of the plate is equal to, if I assume width of the plate is equal to capital B minus how many holes the crack encounter? 3 holes. So 3 times diameter of hole, and diameter of hole is equal to the diameter of bolt plus 2 mm. Okay, as simple as this. Plus, now how many staggering is there? There is 2 staggering. So for the first staggering we can write, for the first staggering pitch is S1. So S1 square divided by 4 times G1. Okay, and for the second staggering the pitch is S2. You see this S1 and S2 here, and S2 square divided by 4 times G2, and after doing all this multiply it by the thickness of plate and you get the net area of staggered bolting. So if most of the time the pitches P1 and P2 is equal to the same pitch, okay, and most of the cases the gauges are also uniform, so G1 and G2 and G3 will all be equal to G. So this is the case of uniform pitches and gauges. So in that case this equation of net area for staggered bolting is simply this value, and here we can see B is the width of plate, DH is the diameter of hole, N is the number of holes that the crack encounter, and M is the number of staggered pitches, how many staggering is done. So M times P square by 4 times G, as simple as this, and you multiply it with the thickness. So this is how the sectional area is calculated in plates. Okay, and net sectional area in angle section is also calculated by few formulas that is given in the IS codes, and we will be discussing that also in our next video. So angles are the rolled section and they have rounded edge. Okay, now angles have got 2 legs. Okay, so angles may be connected by either both legs or angles may be connected by single leg. So you can see in this diagram how the angles are connected using only single leg and using both the legs. And if you see in this diagram, you see that angle is connected with only one leg, single leg, whereas in this diagram if you see angles are connected with both the legs. So that things only is being discussed here, and in the case of single leg we will discuss what is the formula given in the IS code, and when angles are connected by both legs. So you can see this diagram, and here it is showing that bolting is done on both the legs of the angle. So in that case what we do in the analysis, we unfold the angle. Okay, now how is this unfolding of angle? Means angle is like this, so we unfold the angle like a plate, flat plate. So now the section may be treated as flat plate. Now you can see in this figure when angles are connected by both legs. You see the bolts here on both the legs of the angle. So we unfold the angle. Okay. So we unfold this leg and this angle can be treated as a flat plate. And we have written all the gauges as it is from this figure only, and the thickness remains same. So we can write G2 value is equal to GA plus GB minus T. So this G2 is equal to GA plus GB minus T, and then we do the simple analysis. So we will be discussing in the coming videos more on the analysis of angle sections, and from the IS codes also all those three important formulas for the plates and the angle section, in which the angles are connected by the single leg and angles are connected with both the legs. So this we will be discussing in the coming videos. So till that, stay tuned and stay safe. Thank you.